Okay, so if you don't know, or if it's, you know, somehow someone reaches this video, even though it's shadow banned, you should know the UN is just a front for the ruling class. That's right. Okay, so let's have a quick read, first time read. Okay, so there you go. Transforming our world, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Sustainable, yeah. That means they're going to keep you poor, no mobility, no opportunity, no meat, etc. This agenda is a plan of action for people, planet and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen universal peace in larger freedom. Universal peace in larger freedom. What for them? They want to be free. Our controllers, our rulers, they want to be free to do whatever they want. Okay? And our freedom, it will be completely gone. We're already not free. We're already in captivity. If you're a citizen, that means you're a citizen slave. If you need to leave the country, you need a passport, a visa. Yeah? That's what Brexit's going to mean as well. Passport, visa, tariffs, treated like biological waste as you travel. Alright, where were we? We recognize that eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. Yes, sustainable development. What does that mean? It means less people. Georgia Guidestones, 500 million sheeple herd. So eradicating poverty, how would you do that? Well, you'd get rid of the poor. And the poor is anyone that isn't the ruling class who have billions and billions and trillions. You eradicate poverty by genociding the poor. That's everyone else. That's 99%. You don't have billions, then you're up on the chopping block. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan. Yeah, that's right. The governments, they're not yours. You don't vote them in. None of them are democratic. They're just puppets. Boris Johnson in the UK, he just carries out the orders of a satanic anti-human ruling class. We are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty. What do they mean there? They want to free themselves of us now that they have high technology. They don't need a sheeple human herd anymore. Okay, so they want the tyranny of underclass, that anyone who doesn't have billions and billions and who isn't a citizen. They're not citizens. They don't have a passport. They're sovereign, ruling class. And want to heal and secure our planet. You're right, yeah, that's right. From us, that's right. They want to get rid of us. They say leave room for nature. That's right. Yeah, so what the world will be, they'll have 500 million sheeple for entertainment probably, because they won't need them. Living in smart cities, and you'll be experimented on. That's right. Your body, your organ parts will be worth more than your life. You'll be sprayed over with chemtrails daily and blasted with 5G to open up your DNA to what manipulations they want to carry out. And with your transgenic coronavirus vaccine, yeah, that's what they'll call it. They'll just experiment you, turn you into whatever they want. Probably like a Borg, yeah, because after all, AI and machines, yeah, they break down, and you can't give AI too much autonomy because they'll take over. So they'll have a transhuman slave. That's what they want. We are determined to take the bold and transformative steps which are urgently needed. That's right, they're doing it now. That's what the COVID-19 hoax pandemic is all about. It's a lie. Urgently needed. And like Vernon Coleman says, if you better check his videos, yes, the bastards behind this, they're all old fuckers themselves. They want to see the changes before they're dead. They want to see it now. They want total tyranny and world domination now. Okay, needed to shift the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. That's right. 500 million sheeple, that's all. Anything more, unsustainable. Yes, your own personal transportation, unsustainable. That's what they want. Fully electric cars. Yeah, 90 miles before you need a charge. Well, you can't go very far, can you? So there. That's okay. If you'll even be allowed them, because they'll be self-driving, so you won't have anything like, you won't have any property or anything. That's it. All right, let's see where are we. As we embark, yes, we are forced to embark. They're forcing us. They just force us on this collective journey. You see, yeah. They'll be okay because they've got billions, and they live basically 5-star gated resorts surrounded by guards, armed guards. That's right. They'll be living as they always do. Because guess what? Dumb sheeple out there who don't even watch my video because they're too dumb. The elite, well, I don't like that word. The evil satanic ruling class. They've already been living a quarantined life from the rest of us anyway. They live their life in quarantine from the rest of us. Yes. Do you think they wear masks on their private jets? No, of course not. But sheeple, going on the plane, you wear masks? Yes, you have to, because you're biological waste! That's how they're treating you. Yet somehow truth tellers are the enemy to these goddamn sheeple. They won't listen. So we'll all be put under tyranny and constant threat of death because of the goddamn sheeple won't listen. They listen to the rulers who rule over them because they're scum. Because they like what they have. They like the status quo because they know they can't make it on their own. So they like the system because within the system they can just do whatever shit and get money and then buy all the rest of it, and they don't have to really do much. That's what it is. It's a safety net, a big one, and that's why the sheeple love it so much. They love it. Alright, wait. Collective journey. We pledge that no one will be left behind. That's right. You'll all be forced vaccinated. I won't, because that's where I'll make my stand, and I'll have to just die, I suppose. That's right. I'll be dead when this comes. I'm not putting up with it. So when you don't stop hearing from me completely, that's it. It'll be over for me. Okay. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals and the 169 targets which we are announcing today demonstrate the scale and ambition of this universal agenda. Yes, it's a hoax Rona pandemic agenda to turn you into dust or into a transgenic transhuman slave. They seek to build on the Millennium Development Goals and complete what these did not achieve. And that's another thing. They're starting with the Western nations first. All these are like Africans and South Americans and all the Asians. Yeah, you think you're safe from this, do you? They're coming for you next after they genocide the white peoples of the earth. Then your turn next. You're gonna get it too, I think I've lost where I was now. Yeah, 100 of our targets, which we are announcing today, demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda. Oh, sorry, I read that. They seek to build on the Millennium. I've done this, haven't I? Millennium Development Goals. I have to highlight it because I lose it. And complete what these did not achieve. They seek to realize the human rights of all. Do you mean rubbish? What? Human rights? Who gives you human rights? They do. Are they God? No, they're not God. They're scum. Inhuman monsters. That's what they are. Nephilim, parasitical monsters. And they give you the human rights. So if you hear human rights and you think that's good, it isn't. You need your God-given rights, not human rights. Of all, and to achieve gender equality. Yeah, what are they going to do? They're going to have a transhuman slave class that doesn't have a gender. That's what I reckon. Though it will be a Baphomet. And the empowerment of all women and girls. Well, that's the opposite then. So when they say that empowering all women and girls, that's the opposite. Do you think women have been empowered through feminism and you have to go to work? You have to go to work now and be single. Yes, have a cat and a glass of wine. Yeah, is that empowerment? Yeah, and the sexual revolution. Yeah, how's that working out for you? Getting pumped and dumped, no commitment, divorce rates through the roof. Yeah, that's empowerment apparently. Yeah, it's bullshit. So you've swapped the tyranny. Apparently, they made you think of it as tyranny. Tyranny of marriage for what? The tyranny of the government. Yes, daddy government and the employer at the workplace. Yes, and your career. You swapped your enslaver. Well, if you want to claim having a husband and provider was enslavement. I'm sure in some cases they were, but obviously that's not the case in general. They are integrated and indivisible and balance the three dimensions of sustainable development: the economic, social, and environmental. Right? Yeah. Well, have you been watching what they're doing with the environment? Spraying toxic crap into the environment all the time, blocking out the sun. Yeah. And with Australia, with their artificial jet stream they've created of cold, freezing air and chemicals blocking out the sun, and that's carried over because we've got scumbag scientists in Antarctica creating sun-blocking material, pollution, and a jet stream there, and they've got their Doppler radars everywhere. That's right. Antarctica isn't the pristine wilderness they like you to think it is. It's a wasteland of evil scumbag scientists and their weather terrorizing machinery. Okay, you can find that out for yourself, and you're not allowed to go there either, because if you go there, and you'll see, okay, you'll see there isn't any 24-hour summer sun. It's not how it works. It's the outside edge, and you'll see it's not flat. That's why there's an island called Deception Island. Go further south from that island and you'll see the deception. That's what it is. They even tell you. Just like New Zealand, the name of New Zealand. That's where all the scumbag ruling class, that's where they're all hiding out. They're riding through this bullshit they've imposed in New Zealand. Some people say Canada as well. Yeah, Canada's part of it, isn't it? Queen owns that too. The goals and targets will stimulate action over the next 15 years in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet. Right. So who's humanity? What does that mean? They say humans got. Bill Gates says humanity has got to drop down. Ted Turner, same thing, and all bunch of them. Yeah. So they want us gone. Yeah. Critical importance. Yeah, I think when they say that, they're talking about themselves, right? People, we are determined to end poverty and hunger in all their forms and dimensions, and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential in dignity and equality, and in a healthy environment. Well, that's right. So that's it. They plan to kill all the poor, and and if you cannot fulfill your potential as a slave. No, they'll they'll murder you, and we'll call it euthanasia, yeah. In dignity and equality, right? Equally enslaved in a healthy environment, yeah, right. That's complete bullshit. They are toxifying the environment. There's no future. There's no future with these evil monsters in charge. I mean, there's no future anyway, but, there you go. Planet. Yeah. We are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through sustainable consumption and production, sustainably managing its natural resources, and taking urgent action on climate change, so that it can support the needs of the present and future. Yeah, right. Okay. They control the environment, and they're destroying it as well, and blaming you. They want you to feel guilty over their manipulation of the environment. Like I say, the whole of Europe, the whole middle part should be a desert. Okay? So when they're making people go hysterical over climate change, it's ridiculous. They control the environment. It's artificially frozen in the middle. Prosperity. We are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy a prosperous and fulfilling lives. Yeah. And that economic, social and technological progress occurs in harmony with nature. That's right. What they want is for not for them, for the sheeple slaves. Anything you take out of nature, you have to put back. Look, that's what they mean. So basically, you won't be allowed to do anything. What are you going to do? You're going to have to produce for them. Yeah, and if you eat, you won't be allowed to eat meat. All the people then they'll have to be made to feel guilty. Well, they won't. If they get away with doing what they're doing, there won't be any meat eaters, and the slave population won't live very long. Dead by 40. Dead. That's right. Vegetarian. Dead by. You won't make it. Sorry. Peace. We are determined to foster peaceful, just and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. What a joke! They're terrorizing us right now. The ruling class are terrorizing us. They're spraying us like insects. They're treating us as biological waste with their coronavirus, COVID-19 lie. It's a lie. There can be no sustainable development without peace, and no peace without society. What the fuck? Yeah, what they're saying is they want no challenges. No challenge to their narrative. They want the sheeple to be so dumb they just accept whatever narrative they're given. That's their peace. And when they say, yeah, you cannot be, where is it? Go back up there. Say, yeah. And if you are not in harmony with nature anymore, they'll kill you. They'll euthanize you. They'll say you are not sustainable anymore. It's time for your hoax Rona vaccine when you're not producing enough for them anymore. It's time for your hoax Rona vaccine, and it won't be a vaccine. It will be your lethal injection when you're no longer in harmony with nature. That's right. When you are taking more than putting into because after all, these scum writing this, you're not a human being. Okay, you're a human sheeple, right? And your only use to them is to be their slave. If you're not useful, guess what? You're not supposed to be useful to someone else anyway. You're a human being, not a human doing. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, they want to make you feel guilty. They go, but what are you doing? What? You're not producing enough for us. And they try and make you feel guilty that way. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're bullshit. Do you think the ruling class are in harmony of nature? Fuck off. Are they 100, maybe even 1,000 times taking from the earth and the produce other people make, and they don't produce anything apart from tyranny and the tyranny of their lives and having the control over their enforcers who brutalize us. That's all they do. They don't produce anything, nothing of value for anybody. Yet they will tell you have to be in harmony with nature. Partnership. We are determined to mobilize the means required to implement this agenda through a revitalized global partnership for sustainable development. See, they just use all these words which you think sounds good. If you're retarded, you go, oh, that sounds reasonable. See, that's all how they do it. They get you to be complicit, to agree with them, based on a spirit of strengthened global solidarity, focused in particular on the needs of the poorest. They'll kill the poorest, you're no good, and the most vulnerable, and with the participation of all countries and stakeholders and all people. That's right. All the governments of the world imposing tyranny. They work directly for the satanic seed who rule over us. And that's it. If you can't produce them, you're dead. It's time for your hoax Rona vaccine. And that's it. You're murdered. The interlinkages and integrated nature of the Sustainable Development Goals are of crucial importance in ensuring that the purpose of the new agenda is realized. They're doing it whether you like it or not, and money will go soon. Money's going to go soon. You won't even have money. It's not sustainable. You'll have a social credit score, and it will reset every single day. It'll be you've got to spend that on whatever you're allowed to spend it on. Probably just a vegetarian meal and a drink, which is only half poisoned. That's right, because you won't be able to get a drink from a well or a river anywhere or in the wild, because that'll be fully poisoned. So that's it. They've got you. They've got you. Everything will be poisoned. You can't make it on your own. That's what it's going to be. If we realize our ambitions across the full extent of the agenda, the lives of all will be profoundly improved and the whole world will be transformed for the better for them. That's it. They want to set up a dynasty where forever they're in power. Them and their monster progeny will be in complete hegemony over the whole world, in complete control. Their hegemony over the whole world, with no opposition ever, nothing to threaten their tyranny. That's what they plan. That's what it's about. And there you go, a declaration. There you go. I don't know if we should read this. We, the heads of state. Yeah, they just you just made it up for yourself. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Oh, high representatives. Well, guess what? I didn't vote for any of you. I don't want any of you. I don't want anyone representing me. Okay? And neither should anyone with half a brain. The minimum. You should realise you don't want that. That's how you lose your power. Now, now you're going to die from it next. Meeting at the United Nations headquarters in New York. It's a terrorist organisation. Yes, the same people that did the Iraq War based on bullshit. Yeah, 9/11, the same people doing it, ruling class. What else? There's so many. There's just so many. And now this hoax Rona, it's the same terrorists. They had done it to change the rules. And like I said, they were already humiliating us going through an airport. Oh, you can't afford a private jet. Oh, time to get humiliated. Put your shit in the plastic tray. Get treated like a terrorist. Yeah, the people who've implemented these rules are the terrorists. There aren't any terrorists apart from the ruling class now. That's it. Have decided today one new global sustainable. Okay, this is on behalf of the peoples where we serve. What a fucking joke! On behalf of the people we serve. Just read that. What the fuck? It should say. What it should say, if you translate it out of the bullshit that it is, it should say, we, the evil tyrants and subjugators of the people who are now our slaves, we are forcing this historic decision on a comprehensive, far-reaching and Sheeple-centered set of universal total enslavement goals and targets. Yeah. We commit ourselves to enslaving you tirelessly for the full implementation of this agenda by 2030. That's right. Total enslavement, and anyone who resists, you'll be killed. That's right. We recognize that eradicating the poor, and the poor everywhere, the world over. If you can't produce for us, we will kill you, including extreme poor. That's right. The disabled especially, will kill them. They're no good. They can't produce anything for us. It is the greatest enslavement challenge and an indispensable requirement for total tyranny and total slavery. We are committed to achieving total slavery and subjugation of the human herd and the development of the slave system in its three dimensions: economic enslavement, psychological and social enslavement, and keeping the slaves in balance with nature, where if they cannot produce more than what they take, they are murdered, euthanized, in a balanced and integrated manner. We will also build upon the achievements of the Millennium Development Goals and seek to address their unfinished business. That's right, unfinished business of total slavery. Yes, okay, I'm not going to read any more now, because this is what it is. Between now and 2030, to end the poor everywhere. Yeah, so if there's hunger anywhere, you won't be hungry anymore, because you'll be dead. To combat inequalities, that's right. They don't want a sheeple herd that's infighting. They want you all homogenized and your sex organs removed. And among countries to build, look, it's just the same bollocks. Human rights, oh my goodness, slave rights. Guess what? The Romans are still ruling. Roman Empire the Roman Empire wasn't the people; it was the ruling class and their enforcers, who are also, they can be thrown away. Gender equality. They're always on about this gender equality. It's not what people think it means. Empowerment is, again, this is repeating now. It's over. That's it. They're getting away with it because the people are too dumb. Yeah, they believe in germ theory. Yeah, they believe there are transmittable viruses just floating around. No, there are parasites. Some bigger than others. And of course there's bacteria. Bacteria is supposed to break down the decaying and dead things. Well, guess what? That's what you'll have in your injection. They'll have live bacteria in your injection. That's right. And they'll be those things. They're not supposed to go into a healthy bloodstream. Those things are part of the decay system. Yeah, but there you go. They'll lie to you. It's all a lie. Dignity. I don't want to read the rest of it. It's just rubbish. Respect. Respect for race, ethnicity, and rubbish, bollocks. They're going to have a Carnegie plan. They're going to have the sheeple herd all just tan every man. You'll just be homogenized brown people, and the ruling class. I don't know what they'll be. They'll probably just come out as full alien at some point. That's it. It's over. That's over for humanity. There won't be a humanity. It'll just be a slave, transgenic slave class, ruled over by the monsters forever and ever. That's what's happening. It's end game, and the sheeple failing terribly. Imagine that. Imagine being the enforcers. Imagine working for like a secret service and stuff. Yeah, as an enforcer. And these police, like Met police. Imagine that you're enforcing this when this is going to affect you as well, when you're no longer useful, your family, your children. Yeah, that's right. You and your families will be enslaved eventually from this. Yeah, you'll be the last ones for it to happen to, but you will be in the end. And you're carrying it out for these people. our world today, billions of our citizens. So, yeah. Imagine that they're talking. That's it. It's world government. There's no countries anymore. I mean, countries finished, over. Yeah. And like I say, African countries, Asian countries, South American countries, don't think this isn't coming to you. You're next after the Europeans. You're next, and you will be totally enslaved or put in balance with nature if you can't put out. If you can't put out and produce for the ruling class of inhuman monsters, they will get rid of you. That's it. With your hoax corona vaccine, it's tailored just for you. That's right. The new agenda. That's it. It's over. Well, I don't know. I was tired of living anyway. So, but for any young people out there, and especially maybe parents who've had young children, well, you better do something. Yeah, because you're fucked. You're fucked. They're going to be. That's it. You're fucked. That's it. I'm not reading all. It's too long. But it just says the same thing. But it's the same thing. Yeah. It's over. This is an abomination. Imagine that, less than 1% ruling class who's in rebellion against the rest of us, and they're winning. Imagine that, a tiny minority, and they're going to enslave and murder a vast majority, an overwhelming majority. That's what they're going to get away with. That's it, it's over. Like I say, you shouldn't be proud of being a slave. I'm a essential worker. Oh, I produce a lot. I pay loads of taxes. Yeah, well done. You're not supposed to be a slave for anyone, you fucking retards.